Hey, my fellow artists. I hope you're having a good day. I'm glad you're joining me today for a little artist-to-artist chat about fears that we sometimes face as artists. If you're like me and a lot of other artists, you've at times let yourself be hindered in your work by certain fears. This might take the form of, I don't want to start because I don't think this is going to turn out good, or I don't want to finish because I don't like how it's going, or I don't really want to get my stuff out right now to start working because I'm probably going to get interrupted, or I probably won't finish. If I don't finish today, I'm not going to want to pick this back up tomorrow, or is this even going to be good? I'm afraid it won't be good. I'm afraid it won't measure up to someone else's, or if it's a commission, I'm afraid they're not going to like it. So, I mean, those are just a few, but those are some of the ones I've noticed sometimes when I'm setting out to create, but I'm having trouble sitting down to do so because I'm hearing those types of things in my mind. It's probably not going to be very good. All right, so we need to get past this because how much creating are we missing out on? How much time are we letting go by not making our art because we are just afraid? In order to create, you have to be open to receive and to give. You receive ideas, inspiration, education, knowledge, and you give, you output your work. Fear closes you off, and if you have fear, you can't receive and you can't give. And so I think what we need to do is really learn how to banish the fear and open ourselves to receiving and giving as artists. So how can we do this? Well, I think it's important to notice the fears that are keeping you from creating and to name those and to dismiss them. Maybe it's I'm afraid it's not going to be that good if I try. I want to try this. I want to try drawing a portrait, but I'm afraid I'm just not going to be good at it. So, all right. So I'm afraid I'm letting myself be stopped from trying something because I'm afraid I'm not going to do it well. Okay, so for sure I'm never going to do it well if I don't let myself try. I might have to try many times before I can do it well, but I'm never going to get to that if I let that fear stop me at step one. You may have to create a lot of pieces that are not very good before you get to some that are good, but rest assured you won't get to the good ones unless you do some of the mediocre ones. So another fear might be, well, I'm afraid I won't be able to finish, and then I won't want to do it later. Okay, so good chance I will get interrupted and I won't be able to finish. So the next day I can take care of that battle of starting again. But my battle to fight today is just sitting down and starting. And I think listening to that fear shows that I think it's only valuable if I turn out a finished piece. What about the value of just the process of working on that piece? I enjoy painting when I paint. I'm learning from it. I'm practicing, and I think especially the enjoyment part. You don't want to get so hung up as artists on the finished product. You know, if you're letting yourself be prevented from creating because you think the finished product won't be good, or it won't sell, or no one will like it, that's unfortunate, because chances are you enjoy doing your craft, and so there's value just in that. Just during the time that you spent creating, it was good time. Another fear we have sometimes is, especially if you're not selling your work or making a living from your work, you might have doubts about whether you should be spending the time doing art. You know, should I be devoting time to something that's so useless, rather than, should I not rather put that aside and concentrate on more practical aspects of life? So in our country especially, there's such an emphasis placed on the utilitarian value of a thing. It's value if it's useful. Your value in society if you produce. Art is not, it's not always a useful thing, and I don't say that negatively. I think we need art very much, and a lot of things that we need very much, like beauty, like love, those things aren't useful, like a vacuum cleaner is, but they're much more important. And so to those fears, you have to remind yourself that you know, there's a balance in life, but art is worth doing, I think, just for itself, whether or not you're making a living out of it. It's worth doing because, like beauty, like love, art is powerful. It's powerful that you are taking an inspiration and taking it into yourself and integrating it with you and producing something that is unique to you. It's an amazing thing, and it's very valuable in and of itself. Just doing that is very valuable to you, and also I think can be very inspiring to others as well. So some other fears that we face come from comparing ourselves to other artists and wondering if we measure up. And I made a video specifically on that, so if that is something that you find yourself struggling with from time to time, stop looking on Instagram, stop looking at other artists on Instagram, and watch that video. I think it's made just for you, and you will see that at the end of this. And I'll link it in the description as well, about comparing yourselves to other artists. So those are just a few of the thoughts I have, I guess, on our fears. But when you notice that a fear is preventing you from working, name the fear and then just dismiss it. Think of fears are irrational, so think of what's the worst possible thing that could happen about, whatever worry I'm having. It's not worth stopping you from making art. So keep creating, take care, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like these artist chats or also watch me create some of my pieces, please subscribe to this channel. And also, if you want to see more of my work, you can check me out on Instagram or on my website, annacoinart.com.